Santos is a city full of action and crime, but with it never being documented, the memories of it are left to fade away in our heads. So that's why today I hired my associate to work with me at Weasel News so we could document the action of this city. So to begin our search for a story, we noticed a very large volume of people at a random construction site, so we made our way over to it where we found a lot of people on bicycles. After they decided to assault us and shoot us with alien technology, we attempted to flee whenever we accidentally ran one of them over. Having caused this much chaos just by simply showing up, we decided to loosely follow them until we heard the sound of action. Following the sounds of mass AI deletion and cop sirens, we found an individual soloing the entire police force. I tried to get out of the van to get a better view of everything that's happening whenever a police officer ran me over. After standing back up to contact my lawyer and consider the amount I'm suing for, the police force finally neutralized the individual, so we began looking for a new story. We ended up finding the bikers again, so we started following them until a car at very high speeds passed us. We started following him so that we could be the first to report on a deadly crash scene, but unfortunately he arrived to his destination safely before disappearing into the air. So we cut across 6 lanes of traffic where we found a woman illegally purchasing weaponry. We got everything prepped for an interview and tried to point her out of her car whenever she decided to use one of her weapons, so we laid her out. After fleeing the scene, we continued looking for more stories to report on whenever we came across the same bikers from earlier. We decided to watch them looking for action, and they decided to bring it to us by blowing us up. After getting our get back, we continued looking for a story whenever we noticed a crew member parked in the middle of the highway. We made our way to his location and got everything set up for a story report whenever a jet attempted to airstrike us. So we attempted to blow the jet up with weaponry that we also illegally purchased whenever Fat Man came back for another round, so we blew him up before making our way into the van to escape the chaos. And that was whenever we got into the most action-packed, nonsensical, interesting story of the day. We ended up finding a man stealing a car in a random parking lot with absolutely horrible driving skills, by the way, whenever he finally made his escape and Fat Man began following behind him. After a 3-car collision, the driver attempted to escape, but Fat Man followed close behind, slamming into his car every chance he got. After we got hit ourselves, the driver got into a very serious head-on collision. Twice. Then, suddenly, out of nowhere, Fat Man came out and started popping shots at him in the middle of the street, so we continued observing their chaos and collisions until Fat Man committed terrorism against only himself. So watching this absolute anarchy unfold, we knew we had to do something, and so we attempted to, until Fat Man reappeared in a Weasel News van and continued sending shots downrange. It wasn't until It wasn't until he got out of his car that he would finally be taken down and neutralized. But now for some real breaking news. If you're a brokey and you need a little bit of money on GTA 5, and by a little bit, I mean $16 trillion, then hit up ZN2E on Xbox. I made a deal with him to get at least 15 of you free modded accounts. Hit him up on Xbox, tell him Blix Media sent you, and enjoy your reward.